Chidinma came to the palace because she is betrothed to the prince called Uche. But when she came to the palace, she did not meet Uche. Uche and his bodyguard or right-hand man, who is also called Emeka, went into the village to take a stroll. When they were taking the stroll, Uche saw the priestess, stopped the priestess and had some brief conversation with her. The priestess said he should be mindful of how he sleeps around. The gods are not happy with him. And also because this is going to affect him when he becomes the king. After that brief conversation, the priestess went, walking away from the prince and Emeka. Immediately, Uche said, I really want to have a feel of the priestess. I want to see how sleeping with the priestess will feel like. Emeka said, this is an abomination. You don't need to do that. Uche said, well, it's not as if I want to marry the priestess. It's not as if I want to marry the priestess just because I just want to have a feel of her. You know, I've tasted almost all the women, different size and type. I just want to feel how it is to make love to the priestess. And Emeka could not believe what he was hearing. Then they went back to the palace. When they got there, they saw Chidinma, who was betrothed to the prince, which he had a brief conversation with Chidinma. Then Chidinma said, when are they preparing for their marriage ceremony? Then Uche said, well, very soon. My father, the king, has had a meeting on that already. Then Chidinma said, I heard you have been sleeping with one of the maidens. Is it true? Uche said, well, I don't know about that, but rumors fly around. Then Chidinma said, well, there's always a truth in every rumor, isn't it? Uche denied sleeping with any of the maidens. Then, some months later, there was an outbreak where everybody was supposed to be indoor. But Uche and the right-hand man went out getting drunk. When they were drunk, they were heading back home. Then they were attacked. Emeka was able to make his way to the palace, but Uche, on the other hand, was nearly attacked. But fortunately for him, he was rescued by the priestess. Then they had a brief conversation, not knowing Uche is still drunk. The priestess, knowing Uche was drunk, did not budge or stop Uche when he tried to sleep with her. Next morning, the alcohol cleared off Uche's eyes and realized that, oh no, he has actually made love with the priestess. Uche sneaked out of the room and went to the palace. Everybody was worried that something bad might have happened to Uche. When he came back, everybody was happy. Immediately, the king called him and said, since we don't know what exactly is going on in the village, you will be informed very soon. But now I want you to set a date for your marriage with Chidinma, which he agreed and left. After some few weeks, the curfew was released and everybody was out on the street once again. Then as they prepared for their wedding ceremony, the priestess came to the palace and told the king that the girls have asked her that Uche is her husband. Everyone was confused and didn't understand what was going on. Then the priestess broke the ice and told them that Uche came to her hut and slept with her, and with that, nobody sleeps with the priestess without permission or doing the right thing. So, the gods have ordained her that Uche is her husband. They could not believe it, that Uche was too swallowed to go and sleep with the priestess. Uche refused to have anything to do with the priestess, said he was drunk when it happened, and after that he could not even remember anything happening until he woke up. And thanks to her, he is still alive, but according to what she is saying, yes, it might have happened, but I'm not sure, says Uche. Immediately, everybody became confused. The queen angrily said, no, my son is never going to marry the priestess. Why the hell would my son marry the priestess? I warn you never to Go around sleeping with anything. I also warn you about alcohol, but you will not listen. Now see the mess you have put yourself into. Marrying the priestess? No, this cannot happen. Then the queen walked out. Weeks later, the king said, well, they do not have a choice because they have to cancel the marriage ceremony with Chidima. And this is their abomination act from the Uche or from this kingdom. So Uche will have to bear the consequences of his action. Then this was taking a toll on him and the fiancé Chidima. Chidima had to sit him down and have a very strong conversation with him, seeing how things are bad, and because their marriage ceremony have been cancelled. Uche and Chidima tried to have a conversation. Again, Uche told Chidi that they will just have to fight their way to make sure that the princess forgive him. At this point, Uche was confused. Uche then went to the priestess to ask for forgiveness, but she did not listen. The queen also visited the priestess to beg the gods on their behalf to forgive her son. Again, the priestess did not agree or accept the apology. Then one day, Chidima was walking on the street and a man had a brief conversation and said, "You have a good heart. I remember you. Well, I remember you very well. I know you're passing through some hard time now but the solution is there. You have to be able to see it. You are the solution. You have to go and see this priest in the neighboring village so that he can help you. I'll give you the address immediately." Chidima collected the address and visited the priest. And the priest said, well, you have to be here 7 days, 7 nights to do and undo what the priestess in your land has done. This is going to take a while, but you have to do it. 7 days is a lot. If you love him so much, your sacrifice will be worth it. Chidima immediately said yes. She loved the priest so much, so she is willing to do that. Chidima spent 7 days in the neighboring village in the shrine, doing community labor, working, being spiritually fortified, just to make sure that the priestess does not go away by marrying her betrothed or marrying the prince of the land. After these 7 days, Chidima went to the village bar, and before that, he thanked the priest for making sure that this was done immediately she came. Chidima went back to the village and things were still the same. But one day, she went to the priestess herself to apologize. Something quickly happened where the priestess was convinced that, yes, there's no point in marrying the prince when the prince was totally drunk before sleeping with her. And also, she is not speaking from the gods, she's speaking from her own mind because she thought this man is the one who was going to marry her or something. Chidima was still on her knees begging whilst the priestess remembered everything. Immediately after remembering everything to her satisfaction, all she could do was tell Chidima to leave. Next day, these were happening. Then Uche promised Chidi that he is not going to have anything to do with any other woman again. If ever this spell that the priestess is talking about, or this rule the priestess is talking about, he's never going to cheat on her or sleep with any other woman again. He has learned his lesson the hard way. Hopefully, the priestess forgives him because he can never marry the priestess. Next day, he went back again to apologize, and all she could do was sack Uche out of her presence and ask him never to come to the place again. Uche went home and was crying, say that he has really messed up because to marry the princess is not something he would do, or sleeping with the princess was not something he was going to do with his clear eye anyway. Next day, after a cabinet meeting with the king, then Uche and Chidimo were in the room praying that one day things woke up before the day set for his marriage with the priestess. Then they heard a loud noise in the compound to go and see who it was, and then realized it's the priestess in their presence once again. Then the bodyguards went quickly to call the king and the queen to come and see what will make the priestess to visit them in the nights like this. Then the priestess said she has accepted all apologies from them and that their gods are no longer angry with him. He can go ahead and marry whoever he wants, and she will not interfere in that matter. Immediately, Chizima and Uche came out, and the priestess repeated herself again. Uche quickly knelt down, lie down to beg and appreciate the princess for forgiving her. The priestess also said, "Good, you have learned your lesson. I have forgiven you." Then Chidima and Uche hugged and were ready to get married. At the moment they were hugging, the king also repeated himself and said, "Uche, I hope with this you will stop being a womanizer and take your life seriously." With that notwithstanding, Uche quickly said yes, he has learned his lesson and he's never going to do that again. Chidima is the woman he loves her so much for what she has done for him. Then he went back to the priestess, who the next day just sat down in sober form and said, "Hope I did the right thing, because after all, the gods did not speak to me that I will be taking someone as a man. If the Lord wants to bless me with a man, he will come in as a single parent or as a single father."
Thanks for watching this recap. This channel brings you the best Nollywood movies. We save you time and money. Don't forget to subscribe and like our videos for more movie recap.